Clear, girls?
Yes, ma'am.
You can quickly write. Done, ma'am. Girls done?
1 minute, ma'am. Last one.
Okay, okay. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, done.
Okay. Now, after this, we'll be doing the demerits and merits of mean. Okay. Wait a minute. Yeah. So first of all, coming to merits, first of all, it's simplicity means it is very simple. Certainty is there based on all items. Like mean is something which represent all the items plus algebraic treatment, stability, and basis of comparison. You can compare it easily and accuracy test, right? But coming to demerits, first of all, effect of extreme value, right? Because of one value, your entire, answer will be wrong, right? Second, mean value may not figure in all the series at all. So, for example, whatever value you got, it's not obvious that every value will be similar to that, right? And laughable conclusion. Sometimes you will get a conclusion like 50.5 students. So, is it possible? Like, for example, you find there were students in your class and you have to find the mean of that students. So, you got 50.5 answers. So, is it possible that, see, either you will have 1, 2, 3 whole numbers, right? You cannot have the point student, 50 and half students. It cannot be a solution, right? So, laughable conclusion, they can be drawn out. And unsuitability, it may be, sometimes not suitable according to the purpose. Okay. And misleading conclusion can be drawn sometimes. Okay. So, you will first write the merits and then the demerits.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, done.
Students, I hope everyone wrote the merits, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, done.
Okay, everyone done? The
Yes, ma'am.
demerits? Okay. Is there anyone who is doing it?
The teacher.
Okay. So now students, we will be doing the next chapter, which is basically, see, after this, you don't have like, somewhere a difficult portion is going to come. Difficult portion in the sense, like over there, you have to learn so many relations. Okay. So let's just first write the syllabus, what we are going to do over here. See, in this unit, we started with the production function. We completed that, right? Yes, everyone? Short
Yes,
run,
ma'am.
long run, everything. Now we will be doing the cost chapter, which is a fresh chapter. So Hania, it is a fresh chapter for you as well, right? So
Yes, ma'am.
this will be finally a fresh start for you.
Exactly.
Okay. So now we'll be doing the cost chapter. Okay. This cost, this all these chapter, like all this chapter, like excluding the supply part. Okay. Over here, you have to learn the relationship. Over here, also we did the lot of relationship, right? TP, MP, then the law of variable. So many things we did, right? So similarly, in these three chapters, you have to learn so many things, right? So be prepared for it. Plus the diagrams, the graph, they are very important. For example, if your MU goes like this, so every time it will be like this. If AC and AR are like this, so they will be straight line. You have to remember that. Okay. So we are starting with the cost chapter, which is very important. So you will first write chapter cost and you will write the syllabus. Over here, we'll be doing short run cost, total fixed cost, total variable cost, then average cost, average fixed cost, average variable cost, then marginal cost, their meaning and their relationship. Okay. These are the three terms: total cost. Then total cost is divided into two parts: fixed and variable. Okay. Then average cost. Then again, it is divided average fixed cost and average variable cost. Then we have marginal cost. We will be doing the meaning of all this plus their relationship. So quickly write down cost and then write the syllabus. Okay.
Ma'am, done.
Okay, so let's just start. Okay, so first thing is that concept of cost. The chapter is concept of cost, or you can simply write cost. So first of all, the question comes, ma'am, what is cost? Okay, you have two definition. One is basically you can say the one is over here the economic definition, and one is other in the simple language. So in an economic term, cost is basically the sum of explicit cost, implicit cost, and the normal profit. If you will add all this, you will get a cost. Right now you must be wondering, ma'am, what is this explicit cost, what is this implicit cost? But don't worry, we'll discuss it one by one. Okay, so in the economic term, what is cost? It is the sum of explicit cost, implicit cost, and the normal profit. Okay, but if you will write a definition, it will be like this. Cost refer to expenditure incurred on the factor input as well as the non-factor input utilized in the production of GNSS goods and services. Okay, so what is cost? For example, over here you are making a making a cake. You are baking a cake. Okay, in that cake you need bread, you need sugar, you need the material in which you will need the cream, you need the colors, so many things you need, decorating material and all that, right? Flavors and all that, right? So when you will add all the things, like the expenditure incurred on the factor input as well as a non-factor. Non-factor is, factor means like the factor, you like the sugar and everything. Non-factor are basically in a place you are making it. Of course, for that place you will pay the electricity bill, you will pay the gas stove bill, you will pay the rent, right? So they are the non-factor. So you are going to add all this, right? You are going to add all this. Why you are using this factor and non-factor? To produce goods and services, right? So that will be your cost. So what is that's why you put a price for that, right? Whatever cost you utilize. For example, in total, you 10 rupees for sugar, 10 rupees for bread, 10 rupees for your flavor and all that, and 10 rupees for your electricity. So in total, the 40-50 rupees you was the cost. So the price was 50-60. You price always remains higher than the cost. Okay, so now I hope you people are clear what is cost. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Now over here I have written two things. One is factor input and one is non-factor. So let's just input. Factor input means the labor, the land, the capital and all that. Okay, non-factor means the raw material, the electricity, the transportation. Okay, so over here if a labor is there who is making the cake, right? So you have to pay him the salary, right? The land where you are using it, the capital, whatever machine you are using, entrepreneurs, everything. But the raw material, the electricity, transportation, they are the non-factor. Then comes the next thing, which is cost function. So what is cost function? The functional relationship between cost and output is called cost function. Okay, this is how it is represented. It is a relationship between, like for example, the cost was 40 rupees and using this 40 rupees, you produced a cake, right? So this is the functional relationship between the cost and the output. This is called cost function. Okay. Now over here, you know this, you have written here explicit cost, implicit cost. We'll just understand that. So concept related to cost of production. So there are different types of cost. One is real cost. What is real cost? For example, over here you are producing a cake. You are baking a cake. Okay. So it means you are sacrificing something, your physical and the mental efforts, right? This you cannot measure that in terms of money. You say that I work I put it the price, like I worked for 10 rupees, 20 rupees. No, you cannot measure the hard work you poured. For example, if you are working, like you are, for example, preparing for your exam, right? You can only tell me that, ma'am, I studied 10 hours, 20 hours like this. But you cannot tell me that, ma'am, 10% mental pressure I put it, 20 rupees hard work I did. No, you cannot that. So that is basically the real cost, which you cannot measure in terms of money. Okay, the sacrifice, the mental and the physical efforts, all that. Now coming to implicit costs. Implicit costs are the costs which are self-owned. For example, mother. Let's just take an example of the mother who are housewife. Okay, so basically they are the homemaker, right? They are cooking for food for you. So are you paying them? Are you paying your mother? Like if she cooks for
No,
you?
ma'am.
Right? But in place of your mother, if you have put it a cook, if you have hired a cook, she will be cooking, you have to pay her, right? So
Yes.
over there, like implicit means like implicit costs are the cost self-owned and the self-employed resource by the firms, right? So when like you are doing work is being done, but if you are not paying that person, that is the implicit cost. Clear? For example, you are living in a house, right? You have your own house. You can have a two situation. One, you are living in rented house, and one you are living in the own house. When we live in our own house, right? Over there, do you pay rent to yourself that okay, this is the rent of my house? No, right? So that is again you are leaving there. You need to pay the rent, but you are not paying. So that is the implicit rent. Okay. So whatever amount is there, for example, over the salary, you are not giving your mother salary. So that is the implicit salary. Okay. Implicit means you are not going to pay that. You are living in a house, but you are not paying rent. So that is an implicit rent. Clear? This word implicit means, that means known as indirect or the non-expenditure cost. Though it is an expenditure, but you are not spending for that service or for that good. Right? For example, you are riding your car, you are riding your scooty or the bike, right? So over here, you are not paying the, for example, if you will hire, like if you will, book a cab or something, you have to pay that person, right? But in case if you are driving your own car, if you are riding your bike or the scooty, you don't pay yourself that, okay, I drive this kilometer, now I'll pay myself. No. So that is basically the implicit cost. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone? Only Hania is getting?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now coming to explicit cost. Explicit costs are the cash payment made by the firms to the outside. So over here, when you pay something, for example, you are hired a cook, you are paying that person. So that is the explicit cost. Clear? I hope you got the difference between implicit and the explicit cost. Right? So when you are pay for a particular goods and services, if you are paying, that is explicit cost. If you are not paying, but still the work is being done, that is the implicit cost. I hope you got it. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now you will write chapter cost, this, and then first cost, to definition, then factor input, non-factor input, then cost function. Just use black and blue pen. Why? Because when you will revising it, it will be more effective for you. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
ma'am.
Students done.